Hello boys and girls, happy Easter to you. I hope that you and your families are well. Now boys and girls, today I've got a very special friend who's going to help me. Some of you know my friend, some of you don't. So let me introduce you to my friend. His name is Percy. Percy the parrot. Can you say, hello Percy? Oh, that's great. Are you going to say hello to the boys and girls, Percy? Hello, hello. Now, today, Percy, is Easter. Easter, Easter. That's right. Chocolate, chocolate. Well, that's right, Percy. At Easter time, we do get to eat lots of chocolate, and that's good. But Easter is so much more than chocolate eggs. Easter is all about Jesus. Jesus, Jesus! That's right. And our friend, the Apostle Pete, is going to tell us all about Jesus and why Jesus is important at Easter time. So let's go and listen to our friend, the Apostle Pete. Hello boys and girls, it's the Apostle Pete here. And I spent 3 amazing years of my life following King Jesus around. And boy, have I got a story to tell you today. Now last week, if you were with us, we saw that Jesus rode into Jerusalem on a donkey as God's king. But you know what, boys and girls? Some people hated that Jesus was God's king. And on the Friday of that week, what you now call Good Friday, they sent some guards to get Jesus. These guards took Jesus to the religious leaders, and the religious leaders got even more madder at Jesus because he was God's son and king. So the religious leaders sent Jesus to the Roman governor, Pontius Pilate. And Pontius Pilate said to the crowds, what do you want to do with this man who claims to be your king? And you know what the crowd shouted out, boys and girls? The crowd shouted out, kill him, kill him, kill him. So the guards, they took Jesus and they beat Jesus. And then they nailed Jesus to a cross like this one. And Jesus died. After he had died, his body was taken down and laid in a tomb. And a big stone was rolled over the entrance of the tomb. Now at the time, I was really sad. At the time, I was really confused. I didn't know what was going on. But now I'm older and I look back, I can see that Jesus dying on Good Friday was a good thing. But why was it a good thing that God's king died? Well, boys and girls, I wonder if you get mad. I wonder if you do bad. I wonder if sometimes you feel sad. Do you know what, boys and girls? All of us get mad. All of us do bad things. And all of us feel sad. Even the grown-ups who are with you now, they get mad, bad and sad. And the mad things that we do, the bad things that we do, the sad things that we feel, all those things ruin our friendship with God. They get in the way of us being friends with God. But here's why Good Friday is good. Jesus came into the world to save us from the mad, bad and sad. And he did that when he died on the cross for us. And because Jesus died on the cross for all the mad things that we do and the bad things that we do and the sad things that we feel, it means you and I can be friends with God again if we trust in him. And that's why Good Friday is called Good Friday. It's a good day because Jesus died on the cross to save us from the mad and the bad and the sad, so that if we trust in Jesus, we can be forgiven for all the mad things that we do and the bad things that we do and the sad things that we feel, and we can be friends with God again. And isn't that amazing, boys and girls? You and I, if we trust in Jesus, we can be forgiven for the mad, bad and sad, and we can be friends with God again. But you know what, boys and girls? The story doesn't end there, because 3 days later, on what you now call Easter Sunday, some of our women went to Jesus' tomb. They went to say goodbye to his body. And when they got there, do you know what they found, boys and girls? They found that his body was gone. The tomb, it was empty. The body was no longer there. Jesus had come back to life again. And because Jesus died and came back to life again, it means you and I can be friends with God, not just for one day, not just for a week, not just for 10 years, not just for 50 years, but you and I can get to be friends with God forever and ever and ever. And wonderfully, it means that when we die, if we trust in Jesus, we won't stay dead, but we will go to be with Jesus in heaven forever and ever and ever. And that's why Jesus is worth following. That's why Good Friday and Easter Sunday are really good news. They're good news because Jesus came as God's King to save us from all the mad, bad and sad things that we do, so that if we trust in him, we can be forgiven and we can be friends with God. And it's good news because Jesus came back to life again on the third day, and because he died and came back to life again, it means if we trust in Jesus, we can be friends with God forever and ever and ever and ever. So boys and girls, I hope this Easter time you will trust in Jesus to save you, and you will follow Jesus as your King, and know that if you do that, you can be forgiven and you can be friends with God, not just for now, but forever and ever and ever. I hope you enjoyed that story, boys and girls, that true story from the Bible. Did you enjoy it, Percy?
Yeah, Jesus, died, alive.
That's right, Percy. Now, I wonder how good your memory is, Percy. I wonder how good the memories are of the boys and girls at home. I wonder, boys and girls and Percy, whether you can remember what Jesus has come to save us from. Can you remember the 3 things, or one of the 3 things that Jesus has come to save us from? Do you think you can remember, Percy?
I've forgotten.
You've forgotten? Boys and girls, I wonder if you can help Percy. Should we help Percy? Percy, the first one was Jesus has come to save us from the mad.
The mad?
That's right. Can you remember the other 2?
Bad.
That's right, bad and
Sad.
that's right. Jesus has come to save us, boys and girls, from the mad, the bad and the sad. And if we trust in Jesus, it means we can be forgiven for all those times that we get mad and we do bad things and we feel sad. And that's why Good Friday is called Good Friday. It's Good Friday because Jesus saved us on the cross from the mad, the bad and the sad. Now, Percy, can you remember how many days Jesus was dead for?
3 days.
That's right, Percy. Well done. Jesus was dead for 3 days. But then they went to the tomb and they saw that Jesus' body was gone.
Jesus was alive.
That's right, Percy. Jesus was alive. Now, can you remember? You're waiting, aren't you? You're waiting, aren't you, boys and girls? Can you remember how long we get to be friends with God for if we trust in Jesus? Was it, Percy, for 1 week?
No.
Was it for 10 years?
No.
How long was it for, Percy? How long was it for, boys and girls?
It was forever.
That's right, Percy. If we trust in Jesus, it means that we get to be friends with God forever. And just like when Jesus died, it means we don't stay dead because we can come back to life and go to be with Jesus in heaven forever and ever and ever. And that's why Jesus is worth following, boys and girls. He's the one who can rescue us from the mad, the bad and sad. And he's the one who can help us to be friends with God again if we trust in him. Not just friends with God for today, but for the whole of forever. Now we're going to sing a song about Jesus coming back to life again. And our friend David is going to help us with this song. If you don't know the words, that's fine. They're going to appear on a screen and you can have fun jumping around along with the song if you want to.
This is how God shows us his love. So this is how God shows us his love. So this is how God shows us his love. Jesus gave his life up on the cross. It's very, very sad, but I'm bouncing around. Jesus didn't stay long down in the ground. He's risen and alive, and that means he has won forgiveness for you and me. So this is how God shows us his love. So this is how God shows us his love. So this is how God shows us his love. Jesus gave his life up on the cross. It's very, very sad, but I'm bouncing around. Jesus didn't stay long down in the ground. He's risen and alive, and that means he has got new life for you and me. So this is how God shows us his love. So this is how God shows us his love. So this is how God shows us his love. Jesus gave his life up on the cross. It's very, very sad, but I'm bouncing around. Jesus didn't stay long down in the ground. He's risen and alive, and that means we are the most loved people there's ever been. So this is how God shows us his love. So this is how God shows us his love. So this is how God shows us his love. Jesus gave his life up on the cross.
Hello boys and girls, I hope you enjoyed that song. Did you enjoy that song, Percy?
Yeah, it was good, it was good.
It was a good song, wasn't it? Now, last week we had some birthdays, Percy.
Birthdays?
That's right. 2 girls in our St Martin's youth had their birthdays last week, and that was Josie and Izzy. So do you want to say happy birthday to Josie and Izzy?
Happy birthday, Josie! Happy birthday, Izzy!
Oh, happy birthday, Josie and Izzy. We hope you had a good day. And last week, it was also Hannah's birthday. Hannah from our St Martin's Sunday Club turned 6. So can you say happy birthday, Hannah?
Happy birthday, Hannah! Happy birthday, Hannah!
Oh, thank you, Percy. Now, last week, boys and girls, I sent your mummies and daddies some colouring sheets. And we had one of those sheets back, and we're going to show those pictures at the end. But thank you for sending the picture in. And if you want to send your pictures in next week, then please do, and we'll show them. But before we go, we're going to say a final prayer. So let's pray, Percy. Dear God, we thank you so much for Easter. We thank you that you sent Jesus into this world to save us from the mad and the bad and the sad. And we thank you that if we trust in Jesus, we can be forgiven for all those times that we do mad and bad and sad things. And we can be friends with you, not just for one day, but for the whole of forever. Please help us and our families to trust and follow Jesus this Easter time, for we ask these things in his name. Amen.
Amen. Amen.
Okay, Percy, you going to say goodbye to the boys and girls?
Bye-bye, boys and girls. Bye-bye, boys and girls.
You say goodbye to Percy? Oh, that's great. Bye-bye, boys and girls. Happy Easter.